A Roman cross. Jesus died on that. Doesn't matter what you believe. It's history. It's historical fact. So the question is, what will you do with this man of misery? Only 6 hours on a piece of wood, yet it completely changed history. But see, we've sold Jesus out. We made his sacrifice foolery. We just come to church on Easter and make his cross into jewelry. But the cross wasn't a symbol of faith. It was a symbol of death. Imagine some woman with a chair around her neck. So the question we have to ask is, what was different about that man on that day that could turn something that kills into something that saves? You see, he was unique because he was innocent. God actually became man. Now that was different. On the cross, he says, I'm not dying because of me. I'm dying because of you. And not just the sins that you have done, but for the ones that you will do. And on the cross, Jesus got treated just like he was us. And God poured out his wrath on his Son to show that he is just. And he took all of your filth. He took all of your sin. For the beauty is, if you trust Jesus, you are included in him. Think with me first of what it might have been like that night. For the Son of God looked like he had just lost the fight. No heartbeat, no breathing, no sign of life. Jesus tasted death and it didn't feel right. 3 days in the tomb, lifeless laid his remains. The king had given up his crown, like giving up his reign. But all of a sudden, comes Sunday, and something starts to change. From the grave, there was life, and blood starts pumping in his veins, heart beating, blood pulsing. Instantly, Satan felt his power break, because the Son of God was dead. But now the Son of God is awake. With every breath he took, it was like a punch in Satan's face to show that we are no longer under sin, but that we are under grace. So rejoice with me, church, because when he went to the grave, we did too. And when he rose from the grave, your life became new. He says, my job is finished. Let your new life begin. You actually have freedom. So stop wallowing in your sin. The chains have been broken. The stone's been rolled away. But God doesn't just love a future you. He loves you today. So you're clean. You're spotless. The curse has been squashed. That's what baptism is. It's just showing that you've been washed. So rejoice, because we're not awaiting a verdict. He's already said you're not guilty. The resurrection assures it. Because our whole life, we've feasted on sin, and we couldn't pay the tab. But Jesus walks up to our bill, and he says, hey, I'll take care of that. So stop trying to pay for your debt. In fact, God doesn't even expect it, because the cross is payment given, and the resurrection is payment accepted. And instantly, you're perfectly spotless. You were lost, now you're found. Because when he stepped out of the grave, he left your sin in the ground. And he turned, and he looked at where his body had laid, and he said to your sin, that's where you're gonna stay. So church, walk in freedom, because you are free. The resurrection's the stamp, it's the guarantee. A decree that you are the children of him, our great King. So even when your mouth can't, let your life always sing. Let us sing of his love. Let us look to his face. Let us sing of his power. Let us look to his grace.